team do you think is the most likely to drop out of the top 10 and or top 25? But I would say the top 10. And which team do you think is most likely to jump into it by the end of the season as well, based on what we just saw?
I'll stick with my Notre Dame pick, although I could also go with Ole Miss because I just need to see it with Ole Miss. I feel like there's always some sort of hype around Ole Miss since Kiffin's been there, and their defense just has never been good enough. Now they brought in a lot of talent in the portal, so it's got to be good enough this year. But that would be one team I'm like, okay, granted they don't have the toughest schedule in the SEC, but it's still an SEC schedule.
Yeah.
So that would be one, but I still go Notre Dame, and then team to completely drop out of the top 25,
or just either way. Yeah, go ahead.
Or no, you said kind of make their way up into the top 10.
Yeah. This is a cop out because they're literally ranked 10th, but I think Michigan. Michigan just lost so much, and it's not the fact that they lost 13 players in the NFL draft. They lost a first-round quarterback. They lost one of the most productive running backs they've had in history, which is really saying something. They still have 2 defensive players that are mocked to go in the top 10 this upcoming year, and coming off a defense that was the best in the country last year statistically. The schedule: Fresno State, Texas at home, Arkansas State, USC at home, of course, Minnesota. Then you have at Washington, at Illinois, Michigan State, Oregon at home, at Indiana, Northwestern, at Ohio State. That schedule is tailor-made for 9-3. You're going to lose to Texas and lose to Ohio State, I think, right off the bat. Just right off the bat.
Yeah, and Oregon's not going to be easy either. Even though you do get 2 of those 3 games at home, Oregon and Texas are going to be preseason top 5 teams.
And they're still playing a conference championship where it's just the top 2 teams, right? Mm-hmm. That's what somebody was saying, how they were upset because they could theoretically play Ohio State. In years past, this might have happened, where they play Ohio State they could play them 3 times in one season. Which, honestly, man, I don't think that's bad for college football necessarily. I wouldn't want to see it every year, but I don't think we will. I think you lose to Texas. I think you lose to Ohio State. Oregon doesn't seem easy. Here's the thing with Michigan, that you have a brand new head coach. We have said this over and over again. Dude, Saban lost to Louisiana Monroe his first year, right? He lost, Kirby lost to Vanderbilt and Georgia Tech his first year. And no part of me is comparing Sherman Peak to what was his name? Sherman Moore. Sherman Peak was a receiver at Clemson 8 years ago. Sherman Moore. I'm not comparing him to either of those coaches. I'm just saying it takes a minute. Yeah, I don't think he would do it either. But I just think that in year one, where Harbaugh took half the coaching staff, you don't have all that talent coming back. And I told you already about how they've recruited. It's not been at an elite level. It's been right around 15th in the country, and usually a little bit outside of that. You're going to drop a game to either USC, Michigan State, or Illinois, or somebody you shouldn't. Just flat out.